Gather round, rats, gather round. So yeah, just saw the live action Avatar remake thing. Man, what a weird, unnecessary journey. Kind of powered through it, you know. This entire time, you know, I'm watching it, right? I'm just like, why does this exist? Getting very, very existential with it, you know. Like, surely it's unfair. It really is unfair because, like, I would hate to be put in a writer's or actor's shoes. Like, hey, here's Avatar, which is one of the most masterful all ages shows kind of ever written. It really is S tier, right? It really is enjoyable for all ages, but also as an adult you get a lot from it because, you know, as a kid you're watching like, oh, cool magic system and, you know, kids bickering and friendships forming and, you know, Zuko's redemption arc and really all the characters growing, right? And that's cool to watch. You know, I watched Avatar, God, I don't know how old I was, 12-ish onward, and watching these characters sort of go alongside me, and you know, that was cool. And there's enough childish elements because they are children. The cast are teenagers for the most part and doing their thing. But meanwhile, also in Avatar, there's this whole, you know, bit of a genocide authoritarian thing going on with the Fire Nation. And that's what makes it appealing to sort of both. It's this tension between the childlike wonder of the world and also the sort of the inherent immaturity of these characters and all the things they have to learn, as well as the fact that this authoritarian nation is brutalizing the rest of the world. But yeah, the live action, this entire time, I was just thinking, why? And yeah, the changes that they made, obviously there's going to be changes, right? There has to be. And I'm okay with changes, you know? But so many of the changes, they like change aspects of the characters and didn't replace them with anything. So, okay, Sokka, he's not sexist anymore, you know? You may have heard, right? And yeah, I guess in the show, he was only sexist for like a few episodes right in the beginning, right? I mean, he's this fucking yokel. He's like out in the middle of the nowhere in the fucking North Pole. South Pole, sorry. Not a big Avatar lore guy. Rewatched it, I guess, at the beginning of the pandemic, all 4 fucking years ago. But yeah, he's supposed to be kind of ignorant, and also a lot of pressure on him to like lead and stuff. So of course, being, you know, small town dude, he sort of has toxic ideas of the patriarchy and how to handle that. Frankly, most 14 or 15-year-olds pretty much ever in all of history were kind of like a little like sexist, right? That's just the environment we're in. I had my Ayn Rand phase around Sokka's age. So, you know, not throwing no stones here. He gets made a fool several times, and he grows out of it. He grows from it. And it's really cool to see, you know? And in the show, they remove the sexism, and they just kind of, there's nothing else to him. But yeah, and with Aang in the show, he's just so focused. He's like all the whimsy, so much of the whimsy is gone from him. He was so serious. Like, I feel like they took emotional beats from like the other seasons and placed them in the first, but without any of the build up, without any of the reasons for it to be there. And like, Aang is supposed to be a Dead Sea 12-year-old who's not focused, because what 12-year-old is focused, especially one dealing with such the great responsibility of being the fucking Avatar. But he's not. He's fairly focused. That means Katara has nothing to bitch about. Now, I love Katara, right? She's very motherly is not quite the word I want to like use, but I don't know, like the negative stereotype of her, or the negative leanings that they might have wanted to avoid, is the nagging woman stereotype, which she is a little bit, but she's nagging because Sokka's a fucking dumbass and Aang can't focus for shit. So of course she's trying to reel them in. They got a world to save. Come on, like focus. So with Sokka not really, with Sokka not being sexist and with Aang being more focused, she doesn't have much to do. which would be fine if they gave her something else to do, but they don't. So Katara, completely wasted. I like the actress too. Once again, basically I like all the characters, all the actors. But she's just kind of there. And what blew my mind, and I was actually screaming at my projector screen by the end of the last episode, Aang does not learn waterbending at all. For some reason. It's a whole, like, I know they didn't do, like, season 1 isn't, like, book 1 water, right? They omitted that. But, like, he doesn't learn anything. So I feel like this, like, fucking 8 hours almost of screen time. And he does airbending, which is cool. It looks mostly cool. The flying bit. Oh, this is so fucking rambly, but, you know, bear with me. Oh, hello, rat. Hello, rat. Here are the rats. My rat children. I am the rat shepherd. Where was I? Yeah, so Aang flies at the very beginning of, like, it's how they introduce his character, right? Kind of like flies. It looks very bad. It's not good CGI. And he never flies again. He has this ability, which I imagine, probably difficult to do as an airbender, to actually fly. He has a hang glider for, I assume, a reason. And he just kind of casually does that to show off. And never does it again, which flying is such a useful skill where I'm just wondering now, like in every fight scene, why isn't he flying? Why isn't he doing that? No, they did it because of the rule of cool and quickly forgot. And I just wonder what happened. Who's this for? They try to make it edgy, but with none of the depth. So ironically, like, this stuff just becomes more childish. Yeah, it's a bit more like dark, more like color wise, not even like thematically, even though I guess they do have the Godzilla Aang at the very end, the water Godzilla, kind of like smashing boats and stuff. And in the live action, it is a bit more clear, like, oh yeah, like hundreds and hundreds of people are dying here. But yeah, who is this for? I don't know. It's not for Avatar fans of old, because you're just trying to redo what is already basically perfect. I'm sure there are nitpicks, but like it's a pristine sort of a generational sort of series. And newcomers will look at this and be like, oh, this is neat and maybe a bit fun, but like very shallow. And yeah, there's so many ideas that could have worked better, you know, working with the limitations of a live action. You know, something that I thought about is like Iroh. Iroh's a really cool character. He's a fucked up character. You know, we see him nice and jolly and fat on his sort of redemption arc, or maybe post-redemption arc, I don't know. And it would have been cool, like, hey, what if we have a live action film that is grittier, set during the Siege of Ba Sing Se, have like a real set and locations, Andor style, right? Actually like build the town a bit, you reuse a lot of sets, and have old Uncle Iroh doing war crimes and later feeling bad about it. That would have been cool. But no. What also pissed me off, at first I was like, well, you know, they have to make all these changes because like they can't, you know, they don't have the budget and time to do like the entire series, and then it would be longer. But no, turns out that the live action is only an hour shorter than the original. Just an hour. You could have skipped an episode. They could have done more or less a scene-by-scene recreation minus a few things, you know, because of the budget. Doing that dragon guy in the Kyoshi episode, not the guy, but the dragonfish thing, probably a bit expensive. Doing anything with Appa is expensive, but still, I just feel like wasted. So yeah, I think it's fair. People have been throwing around like 6 out of 10. I think that's fair. But for me, man, mediocre shit is also failure. I try not. It's a sort of unhealthy viewpoint to say, you know, being okay is failure. But I don't know. There's a lot of great art in the world, and unless like the highs are really high, then to me, yeah, I mean, it was worth it to see where it's going, because it's not atrociously bad. What I would recommend it, if you know, if you like Avatar, watch it if you're also interested in writing, because the writing, they show you like this is what you don't do. A lot of exposition dumps. You know, everyone heard like, oh, show don't tell. This is a show that fucking loves to tell what they should be showing. You know, Aang, especially in the first like 2 episodes, just kind of saying, Like, I like to have fun. I used to have friends. I just want to be a little goofy goofball kid guy. And yeah. Yeah, so I think like the best thing about it was I really like Zuko, and for the most part Iroh. Iroh's actor, I like the actor, but once again, the writing itself, Iroh was just, man, he came across too much as like a fortune cookie. Is that racist? I don't think it's racist. Like Iroh in the series, in the original series, he's supposed to be like the smart idiot, or maybe that's reverse. He plays down his intelligence. He sort of acts like a buffoon, and he kind of is a buffoon, but he plays it up sort of as a way of learning more information and sort of making people underestimate him. And this version of Iroh just seemed a bit too stiff. That had some moments that were great. But overall, you know, I liked Zuko and Iroh together. They were definitely the best bits of the show, as well as the fight between Zuko and Aang at, I'm forgetting the name of the Earth Kingdom city. He's like, they're going through, you know, they're fighting in a market, and like some lady who, from her point of view, is just seeing two kids fight each other, and she's like, stop it, to Zuko, who's clearly the eldest there. That was a good moment. The choreography was great. But what made me really sad about the show is that we didn't have a lot of gang moments. You know, the whole show is about the gang, you know? That's the reason why we watch shows. It's not really for the world building. Sometimes it's barely even for the plot, but people like shows and stories in general, you know, books, whatever, because we like the characters and we like how the characters interact. You could have the best storyline and the best world building, but if the characters don't have chemistry, it better be a good storyline, you know, to make it work. And, you know, the tolerance of an okay storyline or okay CGI, if the characters are good on screen, fuck yeah, I'm down for that. There wasn't enough gang time. It seemed like they were always in separate places, and they didn't have like a lot of camaraderie. That's unfair almost, because like, yeah, we're comparing it to, once again, one of the best pieces of media ever written, especially for that genre. Y'all made it. Y'all didn't have to make a remake. Y'all could have made something new. I, for the most part, liked the new stuff. I didn't like the very beginning with the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Kingdom fighting. A lot of that was very pointless. Nor did I really enjoy. I didn't need to see the air nomad genocide. So much unnecessary. So much fat. So much fucking fat in this show. Same amount of runtime almost as the original. So much fat. I watched a few episodes of the original just to compare, you know, scene by scene. And I appreciate storytelling that gets to the bone of it, you know? Here, like these characters, they're doing things and they're saying shit, and you just get so much information from very little. And where this, you just have characters talking at you, explaining like lore. Yeah, what a I don't want to say train wreck, but what is just sad. It makes me sad because there's a lot of love went into the show, clearly not by the executives or whoever was in charge of green lighting the actual like script. But like in the set designs and you know, the actors gave it their all. Clearly there's like fans of the show working on this show, and it's just kind of wasted. What pisses me off the most is I feel sort of almost like as a watcher, I feel a bit disrespected. Maybe I'm taking it too personally, but like it upsets me that that animation is not taken seriously. Why do we need live actions of animated stuff? Why is the animated stuff not good enough? It's 2024, you know, it's not like 100 years ago where people, oh, you're doing photography? Oh, that's just a machine, you know, anyone can do that. Come on, it's a valid art form. The conversation has been had thousands of times. It'd be cool if they did something new. or lean into the strengths of live action, but they didn't. And here we are. So yeah, I'd rank it, and I don't like putting numbers onto things, but yeah, 6 out of 10. That's like the fair assessment. It's not terrible. If you like Avatar, you should watch it. If you like writing or the writing process, you should watch it just to see how it fails. You know, you have something to compare it to. Like, okay, it works here, it works, it doesn't work there. What's up? And yeah, that's my thoughts. This is a very rambly, rat infested. Sorry, not infested. Look, there's a lot of rats in this house. There's 5 rats. I am the rat shepherd, and thank you for watching this. Till next time.